Hey there, everybody. Kendall here. So, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So much going on. I'm just like sitting here and just got done discussing trip planning for the rest of the year with my daughter and planning out Costa Rica for next spring for the retreat that I'm doing for anybody who is joining the Tantric Practitioner certification. We will be ending the certification in Costa Rica, and I'm so excited about it because I'm planning out, of course, Costa Rica, but then I'm planning out the 2021 trip to Bali for the same certification program. And there's going to be a whole group of people that get certified from this certification that get to go for free to the whole trip to Bali in 2021. And it's just all this hustle and this bustle around travel and around, like I was just telling my daughter, she's, new mama, got a 4-month-old baby and everything. And I was telling her, I said, for us mompreneurs, it is just one of those, like, my why is, of course, my children, is, of course, my family and lifestyle and all that good stuff. But it really is about my children and wanting, just wanting to be able to provide that way of living that I certainly did not get to grow up with. I grew up a very, very humble, very, very, actually very poverty oriented childhood is how I grew up. And just, like my house, we were pretty much broke. We were really broke. And I didn't dare ever ask for anything, and we didn't really travel. I mean, we did old school camping, and I had a beautiful childhood, but it just, like I never got to go to Disneyland. I never got to go to Universal Studios. It was like camping was the vacation. And there was reasons as to, like I've shared, my dad had a gold claim. So it was actually more of a business thing that we were going camping with. So I was just discussing with her. I said, my why, of course, is in everything that I do is to make sure that my family, my children, have a certain lifestyle and I can provide it. And I said, but here's the big thing for me is I love to travel. I absolutely love to travel. And she was telling me about some people that she knows who she's like, I haven't seen you guys for so long. Where you guys been? And he tells her, he says, well, we were sitting there and we were watching Netflix, and I asked, he's dating this chick, and he's like, I asked, whatever her name is, we'll call her Jill. I asked Jill, have you ever been to Costa Rica? And she's like, no. And he's like, well, let's go to Costa Rica. And the next day they were on a flight to Costa Rica, and they were just going to go down for 4 or 5 days, I guess. They ended up staying for 2 weeks. And he's like, $55,000 later, it was an amazing trip. We had a blast and everything. And they came back, and came in, and they're relaxing from just getting back from a long trip from Costa Rica, and they're sitting down there watching a movie on Netflix again. And he's like, he saw something come through on the Food Network about this burger in New Orleans, and he's like, that's a damn good looking burger. I wish that I could have a burger like that. And I wonder if we can find one around here like that. And he's like, F it, let's go to Louisiana. And they were like right in Louisiana then for a few days. Just like he just went, it's like, let's just do it. So the next morning they're on their way to Louisiana to go to this burger place. And here's the thing, like, for me, that is such a big deal. Like, that is just a way that's truly freedom. That is truly just being able to live that lifestyle of, that sounds good, that sounds fun, that sounds exciting, let's do it. Let's do it. And there's just no hesitation to it. There's so much energy. And just in her telling me about this story about these people that she knows, and it was just like, boom, let's go to Costa Rica, which I love Costa Rica anyway. But or let's just go get that burger, and so it's a couple states away, whatever, let's just go. Let's go do it. That is so much turn on, so much passion, so much playfulness, excitement, enthusiasm. And I'm like, yes, 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 yes. And it's not about the money. It's about the experience. It's about the joy. It's about the memory making. It's about the freedom of being able to do that. And as she was telling me that, I was just like, that is exactly what I want. And then, of course, my 6-year-old runs around the corner and he's like, Costa Rica, Costa Rica. And my 4-year-old runs, and right now I have Costa Rican coffee in the house. And he runs over and he grabs my little Keurig from coffee that I have from South America, and he's like, this is from Costa Rica. I'm like, I understand Costa Rica, So I'm sitting here and we're talking about, because she's going to assist me. She's one of my assistants for my for the certification program that we will be finishing up in Costa Rica for anybody who is interested, running a certification program for holistic tantric practitioners and educators. And there's going to be 10 to 12 spots open. We already have 4 filled, so those spots are filling quickly. If you're interested in that, make sure that you message me for details on that. I will definitely get you the details on it. We are starting in September, level 1. It is a 4-level series for that practitionership, and we will be finishing in Costa Rica. We're doing a nice 5-day retreat down to this beautiful villa and everything. I was planning that out with her a little bit because she's going to help assist and put things together for me on the back end. And I was just like, this is it, right? This is my work life, right? I'm planning out retreats, planning out travel, all that good stuff. But there's energy. There is so much energy to that kind of movement. And today, that's exactly what I want to talk about. Like that energy, that focus that we get when we get turned on to something, when we are really in the flow of it, when we have released resistance to allowing it to come into our life, to allowing it to manifest, materialize into our life, that flow right there, it's in that energy and focus, it's always there. It is always there. Here's the thing though, so often the majority of us are guilty, all of us get guilty of this every now and then, but the majority of us are guilty of letting that focus, that energy, go toward something not so fun, not so exciting, but it will hold us. That energy will get put towards something that is not nearly as powerful, not nearly as positive memory making. It's not about we focus it not on the freedom, not on the excitement, but we focus and we put our attention and our energy towards the bondage, towards the control, the not having, instead of the creation of the having and the creation of the beautiful flow, and just stepping in and surrendering to that flow. And when we do that, you see, what we're doing is we're taking that same beautiful energy, that same powerful focus that we always have available to us. It is always with us. We are always putting energy towards something. We are always focusing on something. But what are we putting our energy towards, and what are we focusing on? That is what we are creating, right? That is exactly what we're creating. As I'm sitting here and I'm planning out, the retreat to Costa Rica, and I'm looking at options for 2021 for Bali, for the retreat there for that year. I'm a planner. I plan things out a couple of years in advance, technically, normally, everything. And I'm looking at, family trips, and for my birthday this year, I was like, well, I want to go to Mexico, and then I'm like, yeah, do I really want to go to Mexico? Maybe I don't want to go to Mexico. Maybe I want to go someplace else. I really need to make my mind up, like this weekend, and just book that stuff so I can go, because my birthday's at the end of the month. So like, where do I want to go? Where? Well, that focus is being applied to the play. That focus is being applied to the enthusiasm, the excitement, the freedom, the turn on of that. I could take that same focus and I could put it on, my business taxes are due, and I really need to just sit here and really focus a bunch of negative energy on my business taxes, and I need to do this and I need to do that. Or I could put it on, some medical stuff for my mom, and I could be like, oh gosh, there's this going on and there's that going on, and I really need to bring my attention over here. It doesn't mean that you don't deal with that stuff. Like, taxes are going to get paid. My mom's stuff is going to get taken care of. But do I want to put my focus on something that just doesn't sound very fun, very creative, that actually is kind of like a kick my legs out from underneath me and drag me down energy? Because there's this nobody enjoys paying taxes. Nobody enjoys dealing with medical stuff. Nobody enjoys dealing with their ailing parents or dementia issues, right? Like, that's just not the fun stuff in life. That's not the things. There's a lot of emotion. There's a lot of stress. There's just a lot of negative responsibility around it. It doesn't feel freeing. It feels more like you are captured in some sort of control over things that you really don't want. It doesn't bring you the bliss and the joy. How you make it through those big ticket stressful things is to keep your focus and your energy on something that is pulling life into you, that is feeding your soul, that is turning you on, that is keeping you more playful, more in enjoyment. and really just giving you life. That is how you make it through the stressful stuff. You know, I have tons of stressful stuff happening in my world every single day, probably. And every now and then I dip into it, and it really is just the focus, the commitment that, oh, I'm doing it again. I'm going down that path that doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. And guess what? When something does not feel good, what that is it's telling us that we're not in alignment to our soul. We're not in alignment to our core, would be another way of looking at that. We're not in alignment to our purpose and to what we really should be doing. It doesn't mean that you disregard to the point of not dealing with. There's things that we all have, that negativity that we have to deal with. You don't disregard it, but you don't send all your focus, all your attention, all your energy toward it, because when you do that, guess what? You create more of that negative feeling, because that's what you're focusing on. That's what you're creating more of. Instead, keep your focus over here on the good stuff, on the fun stuff, on the things that bring you life, on the things that turn you on the joy, on the creation, all that stuff. That is where the bliss is at. That is where the soul alignment is at. And then you just do this other stuff, like you just get it off that to-do list, get it off that list, and as quickly as you possibly can. And you know what you're going to find out? All those stressful things that seem like, oh my gosh, they're so burdensome. They got you locked down. They got you tied up. They got you like this, oh, I have no energy for anything, right? They're taking up all this mental, emotional space, and they're weighing down your physical reaction time to things, and they're basically killing your joy in a lot of different ways, those negative things. And what you do is you're going to find out that when you apply your focus on the things that feel good, the things that are playful, the things that bring you joy and hope, these things that seem like they're so burdensome, they're going to move a lot smoother, a lot easier when you keep your focus off of them and on the good stuff. On the good stuff, where your alignment, where your joy, where your play is at, and where the passion is at. And that is just like, it's across the board one of the key components to successful people who are doing things that they love, who are turned on to life, who are living what I call freedom-based lifestyle, because it really is about just having the opportunity, the ability to choose and to enjoy life, where you're not feeling clamped down, locked down in things. The one big significant difference between people who live freedom-based and people who live in bondage is where they apply their focus and their energy. And they get it all done. They get it all done easier. They get it all done smoother. They get it all done in more joy, with less stress, and things just seem to just operate so much more easy. You could be like, they're so lucky. That just always happens to them. It doesn't happen to me. I wish I had that kind of luck. I wish I had that kind of fortune. I wish things just kind of always happen for me like that. Well, it can, but it is all about where you're applying your focus. Instead of focusing in on the negative, focus in on the positive. So, today's lesson really is just about asking yourself, ooh, my ponytail just fell down. Today's lesson really is just about asking yourself, my hair is still wet from my shower. I was trying to keep it up, and I was like, all of a sudden cold on the back of my neck there. About asking yourself, where are you applying your focus? Where are you applying your energy? What are you focusing in on? And the easiest way to figure out if you're like, I don't really know where I'm applying my focus, look at what manifests in your life. Really truly pay attention to what is manifesting in your life and how you feel. Do you have a good amount of energy? Are you really truly happy, or are you more sad and depressed? Do you have a lot of good shit appearing in your life? Does things seem to just come to you with ease and effortlessness? Or do you have like the nice flow of good opportunity and good things coming in that you would say that you are enjoying? Or do you feel like you're constantly putting fires out? You're constantly dealing with different things that are just like, oh no, not this again, and you can't break free. You just feel like you are bogged down. Well, if you are feeling like you are bogged down, if you are feeling energyless, if you are feeling depressed, if you are feeling frustration, anxiety, if you're feeling anger, if you are feeling, any of this kind of stuff, that is telling you that your focus, your mental, emotional focus point is not in alignment with your core. It is not in alignment with who you really are, and you're focusing and putting all your attention on something that is not right for you. So you are out of alignment. So draw your focus to something that feels good, something that feels a little bit better. And you might go, yeah, but what if nothing feels good? Well, there's got to be something. There's got to be one thing in the day that you can just lean toward and start to go like, for me, every time, one of the easiest little things when I get into those moments where it seems like the world is against me and I just can't, nothing is going right. I have a couple things that always just bring my soul into this like, and that is when I catch the wind blowing through a tree and I hear the rustle of the leaves, and it's just this feeling and the sound, and it's so relaxing to my soul that it brings me into this beautiful state, and I just feel myself surrender to the flow, surrender to the joy, surrender to life. And all of a sudden it's like a little reset. The other one is just like, just to be able to stop and either watch a sunrise or a sunset. There's something magical about the sun and watching it come up or watching it go down, and the beautiful colors and the way the earth changes and all this different stuff in the midst of that sunrise or sunset. There's just something magical about it, which is again a feeling of like just dropping down into the earth in that moment, a surrendering to life, a surrendering to flow, and just letting it wash over you instead of really trying to control something. It's something that is bigger than, and we surrender to it. So find something like that. If you have nothing on your table because life just seems like it's really got you down, it's really got you into a spot, find something that feels so much bigger, that makes you feel really small, that makes you go into awe, like, wow, there is this, like, this is such a magical thing. And nature is beautiful for that right there, to just really come into that space. And then from that space, tap into something else that you can be grateful for, that you can be appreciative of. And that is how you start to move your attention from the negative focus and that negative feeling, the negative mindset, the negative manifestation of more crap on your plate, to moving it over to something that is more positive, more playful, more enthusiastic, more exciting, more freedom based. But you've got to bring your attention to that. And if you are over here in this negative land, you cannot go from here to here like that. Okay? It is a process that you have to, it can be done over a few minutes. It can be done over even like an hour, but it's not going to just be like, okay, I'm really depressed and now I'm so happy and so excited. No, that can be fake done, but not real done. You're talking about shifting your energy, shifting your focus, which means that you have to actually create enough snowball energy effect to get it to actually stick. So realize that you've got to compile that energy in there, compile the thoughts, compile the emotion to that, which means focus and energy. And realize that it takes just as much focus and just as much energy to create the negative in your life as it does to create the positive that you want in your life. So the energy and the focus, it's always there. Where you're applying it, now that's a different story. That's completely up to you. That is up to your decisions, your choices, and really just what you're wanting to create. And if you really want to create the good shit in your life, there's only one person that can do that for you. There's only one person that is responsible for that. There is not another person on this planet that is responsible for creating your crappy mood, your crappy energy, your crappy luck, your stuff not to materialize, not to manifest. That is all you, baby. The good, the bad, the it's all up to you, and it is where you choose to apply your focus and where you choose to apply your energy and how you choose to deal with anything that comes into your sphere of experience, okay, your life experience area. Just realize that things will be presented to you, and there's always an opportunity, no matter how crappy something might feel in that moment. Go, oh, I'm feeling crappy about it. I must be looking at it through eyes that are not in alignment to my core, not in alignment to my soul, okay? Because soul is not going to get depressed. Soul is not going to get angry. Soul is not going to go, oh my gosh, the world is ending, okay? Everything is good over here. Soul's sitting over there going, come this way. Come this way, come this way, over here to the promised land, over here to the good shit, over here to the blessing, over here to the abundance. You're not feeling in alignment. That is why you're feeling like crap right now. You're not in alignment. So start moving with appreciation, with gratitude over toward where your soul already is. And when you start to feel better, you're going to be on the right path to receiving everything that you want. But again, it comes back to focus and energy. You're always putting out the same amount of focus and energy, but where are you putting yours? That is the question. Ask yourself that today. Pay attention to what's coming to you, what's not coming to you, because that's going to really truly tell you what you are focused on, where you're applying your energy, and how are you feeling? Like really truly, how are you feeling? Are you feeling fatigued? Are you feeling anxiety? Are you feeling enthusiasm? Are you feeling excited? Are you feeling turned on? Are you feeling creative? Are you feeling depressed? Are you feeling angry? Like where are you emotionally speaking? That's going to tell you if you're in alignment to the things that you claim you want or not. Okay? And then make the little navigational changes to get your butt back to where you want to be, on course with what you want to be. And if you want help doing that, of course, you can always reach out to me. That's exactly what I do. I mean, that's what I am, right? I'm a coach that helps people get their butt from over here to over here and creating the life that they really truly want. That's called the fuck yes life. So yeah, and if you're interested, I already said it a couple times, holistic tantric practitioner certification. It is happening. It is happening. And Costa Rica. I love Costa Rica. If you've not been to Costa Rica and you're not making it on this trip, and then get your butt to Costa Rica because it is amazing. I should do like a whole little spiel for, like social media spiel for Costa Rica because I love the place. It is absolutely awesome, awesome, awesome. So excited about this trip in May. But so yeah, so message me if you are interested in getting on the registration list for the Tantric Certification Program. That is coming out September 7th will be our first class. So that will be coming out. It starts on September 7th. 1 month till takeoff. So look for lots of cool stuff to come out on that. Other than that, we have tons of local workshops. So if you are local, tons and tons of workshops. And for my birthday weekend, wherever I end up, because I need to figure that out, like today, as to where I want to go. I will be teaching a beautiful mompreneur class, global mompreneur class. It'll be a 1-day event that'll be a few hours long, and it will be called Superwoman Success Secrets for Mompreneurs of Today. So it will be an intensive 1-day class taught from some beach somewhere in the world that I will figure out this weekend, because I don't know if Mexico is in alignment to my soul for my birthday or not. I might want to go someplace else. I think I do actually. So we will go explore that. I'll let you know where I'm headed, where the class will be taught from. It will be a Facebook Live class for mompreneurs of today who are trying to figure out how the hell do you manage a business, motherhood, a household, getting all that shiz together, and how do you kill it in the online world by doing all of that. It does take a superwoman mindset with a whole bunch of ease and grace and learning how to surrender to your beautiful flow, baby. Okay? So if you want on the pre-registration list for that, message me in the comments here, or message me in the just pop me a message. Just pop me a message somehow. Get in contact with me, because the details will be coming out for that very, very soon over the next week. As always, stop existing, start living. Know that you are powerful and that you are deserving. You are so worthy of a beautiful, freedom-based life. And as always, you can follow me at www.kendalwilliams.com. And we'll catch you tomorrow with another Conscious Coffee. Bye, everybody.